everybody, welcome to Buzz TV. My name is Eva Baker of Teens Got Sense, and you're watching Sensible Leadership, where we're helping tomorrow's leaders grow today. Today I am chatting with Tony Vecchio, who is the Executive Director at the Jacksonville Zoo. Tony, thank you so much for being here.
It's my pleasure. Thank you, Eva, for having me here.
Absolutely. So you've been with the Jacksonville Zoo for seven years now?
7.5 years. Mm-hmm.
That's incredible. So tell me a little bit about yourself and your journey into your position there.
Yikes, you can tell I've been around a while, so it's been a long journey, but I've been in the zoo business for almost 40 years, and I've worked at 6 different zoos. I've been a director for about 27 years now, but 7.5 years here as director. Came from the Oregon Zoo in Portland, Oregon before here for 11 years as director. Been in a number of zoos, had a number of jobs. It's been a fun career.
Good, that's amazing. So clearly you are very passionate about animals, but how have you learned to lead people effectively?
Well, I'm so glad you threw that in there. That was perfect. Passionate about animals, but I'm passionate about people too. And you can't really be a good director if you don't care about people just as much as the cause. The cause, in my case, is saving wildlife and wild places around the world, but people are the main part of that equation. So you have to love people to be a good leader.
Definitely. So I think a lot of times that people look at teens and say, you need to develop good leadership skills so that you can grow up and lead effectively. But I think a lot of times that that's really, really vague. So what are some practical ways that teens can start developing their leadership skills now?
Yeah. Wow. Not only is that vague, I think it's maybe wrong. It almost makes it sound like there's something they have to learn to be a good leader. And, being a leader is it's another part of life. As I said, if you love people, you care about it, you want to see people do their best, you just always look for ways that you can learn. You know, the things I've learned aren't really, I've read a lot of leadership books and taken classes and taught classes, and those are valuable. You get tips, but it's really about just being observant. You can tell when people respond to something and when they don't respond to something. And I've learned as much from bad leaders as I've learned from good leaders. If I've had a leader that made me feel a certain way that wasn't good, and I thought, well, I don't ever want to make people feel that way. I shouldn't behave that way. I think I run into a lot of people, aspiring leaders, who think there's some silver bullet or there's some formula out there. If I just learned how to do this, I would be a good leader. And that's really not it. Life's a journey, and you're always learning. You're always trying to be better at what you do, and it's a process. And I would just say the better you get to know people, the better leader you're going to become.
That totally makes sense. And I think that it can be hard, especially for people who, think that they're the end-all, be-all, and they want to jump right into that leadership position. I think sometimes it is better, especially when you're younger, to just kind of step back and observe from and let yourself be led by a leader. So like you said, you can learn from them and what they're doing and how they made you feel. So then you can in turn take that and implement that in your leadership style. That's amazing. Well, thank you so much for being here with us.
Oh, it was my pleasure.
Guys, thanks so much for joining us here on Sensible Leadership. Again, my name is Eva Baker, and we'll see you next time here on The Buzz.